Yeah, so I'm just going to start your reading right now for Gemini. So yeah, the first card you have your past is Justice, yes. I get this card all the time in your readings. I get it in there a lot. So, and I think I'll probably keep on seeing this. What I'm seeing is something still hasn't been resolved. It might not be resolved for a while yet, but it will be resolved eventually. Yeah, this is quite literal. There's some kind of mediation, maybe even litigation or something. It's in the process of being sorted out. It was at this time in your past. It probably still is now. And, it's just taking a bit of time. There's a lot of backwards and forwards negotiations and things like that going on. It's still going on. But I think at this stage, I think things might have been a bit out of your hands around this, if that makes sense, because I think you were just sort of, I'm just sort of seeing you sitting back and, just letting things happen. You weren't relaxed. I wish I could say you were. But, I think you knew there wasn't really anything practical you could really do about anything. So, it was just a matter of trying to wait it out, I think. And that's what you were trying to do. And I think you were doing a good job of that, trying to feel more balanced as well, because this card is about, getting into balance. And, it was an effort to get into balance, because I think you can be a bit led by your emotions sometimes. Sometimes even things that people say, someone might say one thing and then you're out of balance again and your emotions go up and down a bit. They affect you quite easily. Things, people, songs, all kinds of things can make your emotions go up and down. And also it depends on what else is happening in your life as well. But at this time, I think you're making a really big effort to really force yourself to be, as balanced as you possibly could be, around this thing. And I think it was working. You're doing a really good job with that. Okay. I'm also seeing something that I think something's going to be revealed. And it's around this litigation, around the situation. It hasn't been revealed to you yet, I don't think. I can't see exactly what it is. You'll definitely see whatever this is soon, I think. I think as things go on, as they progress, it's about someone from your past, and it has something to do with numbers or something about phone numbers or an amount of money. It's numbers, and it's going to come out because whoever this is, they're going to have to reveal this. They're going to have to. That's what I'm seeing. And, when you find this out, it's going to make a lot of things suddenly add up for you. And you'll realise why this person said and did, certain things. It's all going to suddenly make sense. That's what I'm seeing. I think a lot of the time you look back on your past and you think, why did they do that? Why did that happen? I still don't understand it. Oh, well. And then when this is revealed, you'll be like, oh, like that's the kind of thing I'm getting here. So the next card you have for your past is the Wheel of Fortune. So, the Wheel of Fortune can be about, so many different things. But, I'm seeing things going along in one direction, or you think it is, or you feel that it is, and then something comes along and then everything goes in the other direction. That's what I'm seeing. So I think this is about your perception of a situation and your perception of a time and a person in your past, if that makes sense. So I think you saw the time that you spent with this person in one way, but then I think when you find out whatever this is, the whole time period in your mind, your memories, conversations that you had, everything like that, your perception of all of that is totally going to change. It's going to be quite shocking, actually, I think. I think one thing might have already been revealed to you, but there's definitely more to come, I think. So, I don't want you to worry. You're not around this person anymore, I think. Yeah, you're not around them. And it's not going to be hugely upsetting, but I think because your moods do go up and down quite easily, and you're kind of led along by a lot of things like that. Your moods kind of very easily swayed. It might affect you a lot more than it would a lot of other people. Don't be angry. That's just kind of how I'm seeing this. So it's going to be eye-opening, but it's not something that's like a huge upsetting things, but it might affect you more than it would other people. So yeah, don't worry. It's not going to change your life as it is now. It's not going to change anything like that, but it's definitely going to change your perception of the history that you had with this person. And definitely it's going to change your perception of sections of your life when you're with them. That's what I'm seeing. And yeah, numbers. There's something about numbers. There's something about numbers, phone numbers, amounts of money, something. Yeah. So the last card you have your past is the Empress. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. Yeah, you have been trying to get into balance emotionally, and you've been quite successful at that. I think you've been going about your day caring for people. I see you caring for other people in your readings as well. But just be aware that this revelation, again, I keep on seeing this coming up, this is going to set you back a little bit emotionally again. It is a shock. I can't pretend it isn't. It's not horrible. It's about your memories. That's what I keep on seeing. And it's about some kind of numbers. So I think when you hear this, you're probably going to experience some up and down moods again. But the down moods are going to pass, and they'll probably pass quite quickly, and you'll be back on track again. It's not going to go on, drag on forever when you're feeling down and all of that. It's not like that. I'm seeing a lot of up and down moods, and that makes me think of waves and going up and down, and that's how your feelings are going to be a bit, and then it'll pass. That's what I'm seeing. If you look at this Empress, she has a string of pearls around her neck. And, that just makes me think, when I think of, waves going up and down, and I'm just thinking of pearls and oysters, and oysters open and close depending on the moon and the tides. So there are going to be times when, your oyster's opened and it's exposed, it's raw, but then the tide will change and the mood will change, and then your beautiful, delicate insides will close again, and they'll be safe again. And it's going to stay like that for a while. You're going to be safe. You don't have to worry. This is telling me also, you are safe. You are safe no matter what happens. It is going to feel a bit bewildering, because it's as if history's changed for you when you look back on this time. But I think you'll be very glad that you found this out. It's better for you to know the truth, and I think you're going to see that eventually. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the first card you have your present is the Fool. Okay, so yeah, I'm seeing a situation here where you might be trying to get someone to see someone else, or you might be trying to get them to make time for someone else, if that makes sense. It looks as if it should be a simple thing to be able to do, but it's not that simple. It's an important thing to you. This is very important to get these people together. I think you see the importance of this, but someone else doesn't. I don't think there was a falling out or anything, but I think one of these people is probably a bit older than the other person, and I think they have more experience and all of that kind of thing. And yeah, they should really know better, actually. They might actually, they might have a duty to see this other person. And, they should want to see them, but they're not being responsible. They just want to go and do whatever they want and have fun or whatever. They're like this fool's kind of jumping around. I love the Fool, but there are two sides to him. And I'm actually seeing... I'm seeing a lot of work on your part, actually, to try and get this person to understand the importance of this connection, but they're not seeing it. There's a sun on this card, and, the sun's obviously one of the most positive symbols in the tarot. And to me, the sun's symbolizing this person that they should want to see. This person should be a huge positive highlight, like the sun in their life, but they don't see it that way. Because this Fool's turning his back on the sun. So I think, they're turning their back on them, sadly. But the thing is, you're there for this person. And, if this is upsetting you or bothering you, just know that, you're enough. You're enough for them. They don't need the fool. They need stability. And that's what you are to this person. You're stability to them. And they're very, very grateful to have you in their lives. So I just want you to know that, because you're going through so much, I'm seeing, to try and get this to happen. And, if it doesn't happen, I don't want you to blame yourself, and I don't want you to think that you're not enough for someone. You are. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So the next card you have for your presence, the Six of Swords. So, yeah, whoever this is in the Fool card, that I don't think they're going to see this person, sadly. They're just not going to fulfill their duties. And it should be more than a duty as well for them. It should mean more to them than that. But, we can't control how people feel, and we can't control what they do either. So, I think this person in the Fool card might actually have a lot of hurt inside them. I'm not making excuses for them, but this is what I'm seeing. I think they've been rejected by a lot of people. But some of that's because of their own behaviour. They're not all bad, but they've created a lot of problems, I think. I don't think they'd see it that way, but that's what I've seen. They've created some problems between them and a lot of the people around them. So, if this is all resonating with you and you're still trying to convince this person to keep this other person in their life, I don't think you can, sadly. Of course, it's up to you if you want to keep on trying, but I would say maybe just leave this for now, because I'm not seeing it happening. They're not going to listen, and, it's bringing you a lot of unnecessary stress. That's what I'm seeing. So the last card you have your present is the Page of Wands. I'm seeing a few things here, and, I'm seeing hope. I'm also seeing a little bit of insecurity. I think this might be about a love connection. I think this person who is around you definitely sees you as someone they can grow with. And I think you work well together as well. I'm seeing this insecurity. I don't think you'd ever let them see this, but I think a part of you might feel as if you can't quite measure up to them. And you don't feel like that all the time. I just think it hits you sometimes. It's a feeling of, feeling not quite good enough. I'm just looking at this page, and he looks as if he's measuring himself against this wand. He wants to be bigger, he wants to be taller than the wand, but, he's not there, he's not up there, and he can't work out how he can get up there. And he's kind of thinking, oh, why aren't I as tall as this wand? So, just know you are good enough. Once again, you're good enough for this other person who is in the Fool card, and you're good enough for this person as well, more than good enough. I don't even think the person you're with sees you as anything less than what you are. They really, really don't. They really don't. And also, just keep in mind that with this information that's going to come out, when you hear this, it might make you feel even more unsure of yourself for a while, not because it's about you, but it's just going to be, a bit unsettling for you. So that might affect this relationship or whatever this is in that way. But, all you need to do is, when this all comes out and you find out, all you need to do is open up and talk to them. They'll totally understand. That's what I'm seeing. Just tell them, look, I've heard this information. It's really bothered me, it's really hurting me, or it's really kind of turning everything upside down for me for a while. If I'm not myself, it's because of this. Just be open with them. Just be open. So, the first card you have for your future is the King of Wands. This is interesting. So we've had the Page of Wands, and now we've jumped right into the King of Wands without going past the Knight of Wands. We've kind of skipped him over. So this might be one of the reasons why you're a little bit reluctant to open up to your partner, I think. You might be worrying about telling them a lot of this stuff of your past and all other things, and maybe this is why. I think they might actually be going a little bit fast for you, kind of skipping a stage, if that makes sense. You know, they might want to be a little bit more serious than you want to be at this time, maybe. So if that makes sense to you, firstly, it tells me that they're interested in you. There's no reason for you to be feeling insecure around them. But I'm getting the feeling that maybe you might want to take things a little bit slowly, because I think you love them. I think you still want them, but maybe you just want to keep your feet on the ground a bit at this time. You don't want to get carried away, because a lot of this excess energy is still around you because of all of this stuff that's happening in the Justice card. And I think you're thinking of them and you're kind of comparing them to this relationship a bit. So, I think maybe you got a bit carried away early on with this person. And I think, that obviously turned into a disaster. So you don't want to repeat that maybe. So, again, my advice is just to talk to them, just be open with them. I think they truly do care for you, this person. Just say, look, I really do like you. I really do see a future with you. I've had problems in my past. They're bothering me. Can we just go at my pace, if that's okay with you? And I really, really think they'll understand. I really do. So the next card you have for your future is the Page of Swords. Yes, so this is about this information. I think it's going to come to you quickly. I think it might come to you through a message. I don't think it's going to be through text. I don't think it's going to be a face-to-face message either. I think it might be via email, or it might be passed on to you through someone else maybe. Just be careful not to be too upset with the person who brings you this message. I don't think they're directly involved in this. I think they're just going to be passing on the information to you. But again, once you know what this is, you'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to understand a lot more about so much that's happened in your past. This page is up on a hill. He looks as if he's going through a lot of struggles, difficult things, and he's all defensive. He doesn't look very happy. But you can see everything clearly, and that's how you're going to be. The information's going to come. You're going to feel like you're struggling with it. You're going to be able to be up on a hill, seeing everything all of a sudden, and you're going to be feeling a little bit kind of tossed around in the wind, like this page, until you're able to process this properly. And again, I think it's going to be quite quick. You're going to process it quite quickly, so it's not going to be like this for too long. So the last card you have in your future is the Five of Wands. Yeah, your head, your feelings, they're all going to be a little bit mixed up for a while. It might help you to try to maybe take some time away from things, anything strenuous, anything stressful at this time, just to help you to process this and work through this as quickly as you possibly can. You probably won't be able to take time off work, but try to eliminate as much stress as you can around you. I just feel as if I have to keep on telling you not to be afraid, not to be worried about this. It's something that's already happened. It's not going to happen, it's already happened. It's just something you're going to find out about. You're not in danger, and it's to do with someone who's not around you anymore as well. You will get through this fairly quickly, I can see that as well. And also, it's going to help you to make sense of a lot of things that have, I think things that have been a bit of a puzzle to you, they're all going to suddenly start to make sense. It's going to be a big mess in your mind for a while. You're going to be really buzzing with all of this, but then once you kind of get through this and you process all of this, it's going to all be clear, and then you're going to be feeling a lot better, and you're going to be very happy that you actually know this. Better knowing this than not. That's what I'm seeing in that card. So Gemini, I hope this resonated, but general readings can't always resonate with everyone, as you know. But again, if you liked this reading, please like, subscribe, or leave a comment if that's what you would like to do. And thank you so much for watching.